We are back in Better Than Ever. It is the Know Nothing Show, or just Know Nothing. Steve Benz, Eric Black, always for your entertainment. Oh, yes. Eric, how are you, my friend?
You know what? Well, things good. I have a nice, tasty beverage, and I've got a fantastic co-host.
That's all that matters in the world. That's all that matters. All right, so we were debating. We had so much debate last week, this week, about, I think, of no subjects.
Yeah.
It was one of those times, and I'm sure all the listeners have had that, where they just kind of just sit there and you just go numb.
Mm-hmm.
And that's pretty much what's happened with us. We're sitting here and we're sitting in with our producers, overpaid producers and interns. Okay, right there. There are too many people in the room, and one, not enough food.
Not nearly enough food.
And you realize you're with cheap people when everybody gets alligator arms in terms of paying for the food that we just ordered.
Yeah.
I don't particularly like that.
Yeah.
The sole reason why you're a producer, assistant, or intern on this show is to pay for our food.
That's the whole. I mean, that's why it's your whole description, your whole job description. Pay for food.
And if I need a spork, not a fork, I want a spork.
Sporks are where it's at.
Because I do not want to drop a morsel.
Mm-mm.
So there's very angry.
Very much so.
It's fake anger.
Well,
so fanger,
yeah.
It's like when we're hangry.
Hangry, which I hate that saying. I think it's stupid.
I got quite a few messages that people say that we spend more time talking about food than anything else. Perhaps we should be food critics.
Yeah.
Know Nothing food critics. Send us food. We will try it.
Perhaps.
You and your, I was going to say SpaghettiOs, but that is not SpaghettiOs.
It's not O's. It's definitely spaghetti.
But is it homemade spaghetti or is it canned spaghetti?
I made it earlier today.
So canned spaghetti
from the box.
It's all that matters. Is it a ragu?
It's ragu. It's the off-brand.
Yeah, that's not as good. The Hunt's is a little better. I'm just telling you right now. Hunt's with the little garlic thing is way better.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, you can get that from the dollar store. I'm just suggesting.
Thank you. Noted.
If you have $1.07, right there.
Well, depending on where you live, it's $1.09 here because of taxes.
Well, you're just highfalutin. I think you just kind of dropped that on me to say you live in a higher class area than me.
That's exactly why I did. Yeah, I'm better.
You bastard.
Everything. I can pee standing up.
Well, you can, but we know you sit.
Oh, I don't even do that. No, I stopped doing that. I gave that up like 6 weeks ago. Basically, what I figured is if my baby can wear a diaper, then I can as well.
Yeah, it's hard to get adult generic diapers.
It's very hard. Very hard. I had to make my own, actually. Did you know, speaking of diapers, did you know that fake snow is actually the same thing as a diaper?
Seriously?
It's pretty much made. Diapers are pretty much made out of fake snow. If you look at how each things are made, they're made out of basically the same materials. Maybe like save one or two things. They do the exact same thing. If you were to get a whole bunch of fake snow and you were to put it into some sort of bucket situation, and then you were to put holes in the bottom of said bucket, and you were to pour water in the bucket, very, very, very little water would come through there. Very little.
So if I'm following the line that you have now led, the pavement. So come Christmas time, we can essentially defecate on the fake snow.
You say that like it's not going to happen. Clearly, that's challenge accepted.
Now, I have already been through the lines to see Santa. I've already done that. I'm done with that. Well, not really, but somewhat.
Sure.
You get years of looking forward to that.
Yep. Oh, and for my kid too. Yeah.
Well, you have to at least have one sitting on the lap with your kid.
Santa's lap, not
correct.
Oh, right.
Correct.
Right.
And then he's like, "Ho ho!" That's when you know where you need to sit. Just saying.
Yeah, and I'm telling you this: that one knee, way better than the other. Yeah. You got to choose wisely. I mean, pat it, whatever you need to do. Choose wisely because you're going to be sitting there for a minute.
See, the first time I did that, I actually wanted to sit facing towards him on both knees.
Ooh.
Threw him off. Ooh. Threw him off. They then threw me off. It was awkward.
Very much so.
Because it's still on video.
Oh, video.
It's still on video.
Well, that changes everything then.
Yep. You know how that is. Now there is huge celebrity news.
Oh, geez.
Now that was when we were supposed to hear the news sound effects. Nowhere to be heard. Nowhere to be heard. I like that one. You need to record that.
I just did.
So then we need to play that during the show.
Done.
All right, so here's the biggest news that just came out. So Taylor Swift, who you love, okay, apparently she hasn't sold enough albums.
No.
Hasn't. To me, she's the younger version of Jennifer Aniston. Let me tell you why.
Okay, tell me why.
Jennifer Aniston cannot keep a guy because they keep leaving. No one is as good as Brad Pitt. I do not believe that Jennifer Aniston is anything far from Rachel, the character Rachel. She's been in one bad movie after another, and they keep paying her. Taylor,
Right.
of course, is a bazillionaire. So wait a second. I'm trying to correlate the two here. Just stay with me. Taylor, who can't seem to keep a guy. Apparently, there were rumors that they were going to get engaged today.
What?
And what was the announcement? Calvin Harris said, "See ya, sayonara."
Oh, man. Well,
But then he came out and he said, "Oh, I have the utmost love and respect for her. She will have a new CD by July 1st.
a whole new CD.
Absolutely.
All right, well.
It's going to be about some dude with a beard.
That she dated and now is not dating.
Right. I had my first adult relationship. I guess you can call that because she's 23 or 4 or whatever it is now.
Yeah.
I think that was the name of her album. So now that's what it's going to be about.
Well, okay.
I hate my man. My man I hate. I just gave her lyrics right there.
Maybe she'll live in his beard.
I think that should be. And then maybe she'll sing about having coffee with my man in the morning. And my man gave me too much creamer.
Ooh, that's awesome.
That's damn good lyrics, so shut up.
I'm just saying, you need to copyright that.
You know, you're a lyricist. That was just gravy right there.
That's true. I'd put on my biscuits.
Those are gravy lyrics. Those are GLs. I just dropped it for you. GLs.
Oh, hashtag GL.
Yeah, so everybody just shut up.
Just
Other news.
go.
Other news. I feel like a newsman today because I'm dominating this first segment.
Right.
So I have to find where it was. Now, do you watch the show Property Brothers?
Not consistently. I have seen it, but I don't watch it, on the consistent.
Why not?
Why?
Well,
There you go.
here's the reason why. And I know everybody's holding their breath right now because I know during like the hockey playoffs, especially when the Blackhawks here in Chicago won it last year, I was watching Property Brothers. I'm not one of those fans that just kind of jump on the bandwagon. I'm not that guy. I am not that kind of guy.
Uh-huh.
So the Property Brothers, one of them, I didn't know that they were separated. I thought they went everywhere together. So one of them was arrested for assault in a beverage area. Apparently because he was unwilling to leave said establishment.
Because he thinks he's a rock star now?
He must be. They've got 8 or 9 shows.
Yeah.
So then the real question is, did you arrest the right brother?
Well, that's true. That's fair.
Because Jonathan's the one that carries the hammer. So he's at least kind of manly.
Oh, the hammer of Thor.
So that was all over the news that he was arrested for that. I'm sure he was patted down a couple of times.
Oh, I'm sure. And by the police, too.
Sure, they were patting him down looking for his brother.
Yeah. Where's he at? I know he's in here.
So I believe the charges were dropped. If I read that correctly today, apparently someone was paid off.
Whoa.
So let me type it up to see if that's what happened, because that was the word. I heard that there was an arrest. There was a bar brawl. Respectfully, I do not believe there were any punches thrown.
Oh.
I believe it was more like a cat fight of some sort.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Just like, which is what would happen if you and I went out.
It does happen. And we're not even fighting. It's just that's how we hang out. That's how we get in clubs.
Now, you know this was all real because this was reported by CBS News.
Oh, yeah, it's got to be true then.
Right there, I'm sure it was on the evening news at 5:30 that no one watches. And on top of it, it happened in Fargo, North Dakota.
Wow.
Who is in Fargo, North Dakota?
Apparently him.
And I'm going to drop Dempsey's Public House is where it all happened. So right there, Dempsey's, if you want to show and send us some love and some food, by all means.
Food is the top priority.
Now, they did post some pictures of the bar bouncer getting him in a headlock.
Getting the brother in a headlock.
Yes. Now, Jonathan Scott is 6'6" or 6'5", so he's a tall guy.
He is a tall guy.
A tall drink of water, as the ladies may call it.
Mm-hmm.
He is easily stirred and never shaken.
No.
But right there, I don't know how you and I would be, but if some dude grabbed me around the neck, he would be flipped over and beaten to a pulp.
Yes.
With my purse. I mean, my hands.
Same thing. Yeah.
My gloves. I'd be like, here is my hit. Like
Take
that.
off your high heel.
Is that how we box like that? And maybe not. That was not.
I mean, I guess that's how we box in the women's league. I don't.
Well, look, lingerie football. I got cut. I almost made the team. I'm just saying.
I would have watched that. Episode.
I got it all the way to the end. You know, but see, the thong kind of, I don't know how we got there, but the thong was a little tight. You know, I asked for an extension down there for reasons.
An extension.
Right. Anyway, so the Fargo city attorney said, no, we're removing all charges right now. The incident did not happen. Although there's video. Just saying. That from the hot news desk of Know Nothing.
Didn't happen, but there's a video.
They're rumors. Just rumors. Kind of like when you and I go out. They're rumors that we're in the room.
Rumors, yes. And there's a rumors bar here. So there could be rumors that we're in the bar at rumors telling rumors.
It's not like us to start a rumor on Twitter or anything like that.
We'll spread it, but we're not really good at starting.
No. Like the band Damn Yankees getting back together.
Yeah.
It's not a rumor I started, and it's not a rumor that I'm going to be putting on the Know Nothing Twitter.
No. I mean,
Jack Blades, Tommy Shaw, Ted Nugent. Ted Nugent coming to town here in Chicago. Gonna be loud.
Yeah, TN. It's gonna be a good show.
Right there. I didn't start the rumors. Okay? I just retweet it.
And that's really all you can do. I mean, if you think about it.
And look, about retweeting and people following us, Okay, I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it strong right now. If you follow us, we will be unlike your ex and block you and not return it. Okay?
Yeah. No, that's true, actually.
So if you and all your friends and your exes follow the Know Nothing show.
Just do it. Just make it happen. Just make it
It's
happen.
fun. It's absolute fun. We got to get more people on there.
Yeah. Well, I guess if we were good, that would probably help a little bit.
Well, we are good.
Just saying. I mean, I'm good. I know I'm good.
You are.
I'm just trying to find a better co-host.
Right.
Doesn't.
There's rumors. Maybe we need to start testing other people.
You know what? Maybe we need to start some rumors for once in our careers. Let's get this ball rolling.
Maybe we need, like on morning shows, they have the funny sportscaster or weather person. Maybe we need that third person.
Okay. So now you're getting into some weird territory where we have to bring someone else in. Now, if they will work literally for peanuts, I'm cool with that.
If they were actually produce the show, give us some subject matter.
That'd be great.
But come on, look, I'm showing you right now. These are the subject matters right here of what we're going to talk about. We haven't touched on any of them.
We never do. Yeah, we never do. We have that's probably like 6 months worth of shows right there. There's only like 5 things. Right. So I think we're doing pretty well. I think this is going very, very well. Serious, we're coming for you.
There's nothing better than going, okay, you're here in the Sirius XM studios. So what are you guys going to talk about? I don't know. Let's just Google something.
No idea. Give me 5 minutes. I'll figure something out.
And then we have someone counting us down going, 10, 9, 8. We're going, I don't know. Let's just pick a time.
Yeah. And we don't have any idea who they are either. We're like, what are you doing? I don't understand what's happening here.
Here, you push those buttons. I said, could you imagine us in one of those kind of studios where both of us are just pushing the buttons?
Yeah, I can. And that would be so much fun.
I like us both being from, or at least me for some of the old radio things where they had carts. You remember radio carts?
I remember them. I never got to use them, but I remember them.
So those were just hilarious. You know, you just kind of put stuff in and all the lights start going, and sometimes they would just randomly play. So, and if it got too hot, you'd be like, rah, 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 rah. So it was great.
Yeah. I dig it.
Great.
I dig it. We'll bring those back.
I think we should. Kind of like they should bring us back after these words from all of our sponsors are out there. Can you believe
it out there?
I'm very good at this.
That's how it was done.
18 minutes of absolutely nothing on the Know Nothing show. Eric Black, Steve Benz. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Yeah. Welcome back to the Know Nothing No. What's the show called, Steve? I forgot what it's called.
It's called America's Got Talent. Or maybe not.
Well,
maybe not.
I guess that's good.
Nothing.
I mean, it's
Know Nothing. Get it right.
I feel like Ryan Seacrest. I have 15 things I'm doing every day, and I can't keep track of this stuff.
Oh my God. But see, if it was really Ryan Seacrest, someone would come out and just bitch slapped you and say, really again and again.
Oddly enough, they did. That just happened.
That was actually pretty good. I like that.
I'm surprised you didn't see it.
Now you got to leave that in there. We cannot re-edit nothing. No. We are not corporate crap.
Nope. And really, we don't care.
No.
So,
we don't care. That could have been the second name of the show.
Yeah,
we really don't care. Just don't
Know
care.
Nothing. Don't care.
Don't care. DC, baby. DC. Waha. There's the D, right?
KNDC, baby.
Right there.
That's our new tagline. There you go.
We are back. We are back and better than ever, or at least better than 10 minutes ago.
Well, I would say it's probably the weirdest intro I've ever done to a segment. But you know what? Screw it. We like to change things up a bit here.
No, we've had some issues.
Well, we have issues. For one, we're on this show.
It's a good thing we get HMO, dental and medical. That's all I have to say.
And that's not short for homo. It's completely different.
No. I'm just scared whenever people have rubber gloves on around me. So
I am now. I didn't used to be, but I am now not a fan of the rubber glovage.
I'm now. That sounds like a Barry Manilow song. Manilow, right? Manilow.
What's going on tonight? What's happening? What's going on?
Manalong.
Manalong. I'm
Right
sure
there.
he danced under that name. I'm sure he did.
Even now, isn't that a song of his?
It is now. Yeah, you just made that platinum.
Even. I mean, I need to look that up. I think even now is Barry Man. Yeah, it is.
B-man.
Just right there. Should let's see if it'll play right away. No, a commercial will, so we won't play that.
Oh,
You know how YouTube is. I know. I'm
do.
sure I have some Barry Manilow around here somewhere.
Barry Manilow.
We should get him on the show.
We should actually.
I think he would love to be on the show. We would let him play his piano.
Piano.
So I think that would be really that would be rather interesting if we had old school celebrities and musicians on it. You being a musician, I would think you would like that.
I mean, I don't like anyone.
I mean, I realize you're metal.
A lot, yeah.
But if David Bowie could sing with Bing Crosby, why couldn't you sing with Barry Manilow?
I have a shower scene.
Whoa. I don't even know how to respond to you in a shower scene with Barry Manilow.
I think you do. You're just holding back on me.
I am. Video's on.
Yeah.
If the video wasn't on, I think I would be like, And then you'll come out with a full CD of show tunes.
Show tunes. Because I would...
Show tunes with Mortal Rising and Eric Black.
Rising. And they have to say it like that. Mortal Rising and then show tunes.
And then Barry comes out, even now, and whatever song. He's got a bazillion songs, doesn't he?
I think that's an accurate number. Yeah, bazillion is...
Would that be odd for you to sing some old crooner or talk to a crooner? You know, being a metalhead. I mean, do you have respect for that genre?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, with my other show, it's an all genre.
Go ahead, tell us about the other show. We did that last week. You barely mentioned your other crappy show. I mean, great show.
Well, it's a show that is taking everyone by storm. It's really WSDI's flagship show. They really, really, really love it.
We're all rowing the damn boat with you, brother.
It's spectacular, really. It's called Revolver Underground. I play all independent music, but it's all genres from all over the world. Basically,
it's good stuff.
It's one of those things where there was so much good music out there that was not being heard. I started it back in 2008. So much good music out there. And I was getting very frustrated because I was in a band, another different band back then.
Boy band.
It was a girl band. It was a girl band. I had long hair. They thought it doesn't matter. It was fun.
All girl bands have one ugly one. Just saying.
And it worked out really well for me.
Just saying.
And
that's actually how we met.
In the girl band.
Well, yeah.
You were a groupie.
I was.
Oh, that explains.
I was trying to grope you.
You were a gropey.
I just didn't know that you had a package.
Well, how long did it take you? Not that long. Not
4 or 5 months.
Well, still, that's not that long in comparison.
Not in Twitter years.
No, not in Twitter years at all. That's pretty brilliant.
Oh my God! But Revolver Underground is kind of like kick ass. I love the whole concept of it. So
yeah, so it's good. I mean, I like it. I like doing it. I took a pretty long hiatus. There was a lot of stuff going on, and I wanted to make sure that I was giving it 100%. But back up and running now, and that's the thing. Like to answer your question, yeah, I respect all genres of music, and I am a metalhead. I love metal music.
Yep.
But
what is metal music though? Okay, there are different versions of metal.
Yeah, today or like 15 years ago?
Today, what do you see it as metal music today?
Well, that's not an easy question to answer because there are so many. If you look at metal music, so you write metal on the chalkboard, you are going to fill up that chalkboard with subgenres of metal, which I think is stupid. Metal is metal. You got all these bands that want to stick out, so they're like this. We're like ambient Jamaican metal, man. It's so like really cool, dude. And it's like, no, you suck, first of all, and just say you're metal because that works for you. I don't know, man. I don't know how I would classify metal. I mean, for me, it's if I can if I can join into a mosh pit of some sort,
Okay.
then I would do that. That's what I would call metal. I would say, okay, well, if I can mosh to it, then or stage dive. Now, here's the deal: everybody's stage diving now.
Yeah.
And screw those people. But if you can jump into a mosh pit, if you can make that sort of situation happen, that's to me that's metal.
So who would be of all the genre, or I should say of the decades, probably 80s, 90s, even now, who would be like a metal band? Who would you say is a metal band? So then listeners go, oh, okay, I get it. Versus like the hair metal bands of the 80s.
Well, but those are still metal bands. Those are the original metal bands. And metal has changed. Music has changed in general because to go a little bit further, if you're looking at alternative music or alternative rock even, 10 years ago, alternative rock meant you were like, Three Doors Down or something like that. Whereas now it's like Imagine Dragons, which I have no clue.
Which is really just pop music. So is it pop metal?
It's hipster pop music.
Yeah.
That's all it is. I don't understand it, which is fine. It's totally cool. But they have totally distorted all of the genres, and no one knows what's going on, which completely explains the entire music industry and, oddly enough, our government. To answer your question, I'm not sure how to classify that. So a lot of people, when they hear metal, they think Metallica. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I don't care about Metallica at all. Not a Metallica fan. I'll listen to their music if it's on the radio. I don't own any of their stuff. I just don't care. I think Lars is a douchebag, and that's how it's going to be. Yeah. But if you're talking about metal today, you're looking at like who are you looking at? Like Lamb of God. You have As I Lay Dying. Kill Switch Engage, things like that. People like that are popular, but they're not like making millions of dollars. They're making a decent amount of money. You just can't make millions of dollars in metal, right? Unless you're doing other things on the side.
Right. Metallica is a great example of once they jumped the shark and they started making millions, they couldn't produce that kind of music anymore. They had to kind of go middle of the road. And second that you go, let's face it, if you go middle of the road and you're just trying to sell CDs now, that's when you no longer have that identity. So, which is what you're trying to do with yourself.
Which is what we're doing right now. I mean, that's the whole Know Nothing show. Right. So, I mean, I really want to go multi-platinum. However that is, label just tell us what to do and we'll do it. We'll make it happen.
Yeah, if we had because we're going to end up. Yes, we are on stations. We're on stations around the world, so that's great. But if someone like Syndicator shows up and goes, we're going to put them on Sirius XM and stuff, what happens to us? Can we continue to be who we are? I say hell yes.
There's two words that I really, really, really hold near and dear to my heart in situations like that.
I love you as three words. I'm just saying. That's
a whole other conversation we'll get into here in a second. Would you like to know the two words that I'm currently thinking of?
Yes, give them to me.
I is the first one. And I'm going to go ahead and say quit is the second one. I'm very familiar with this phrase. I have said it numerous times. The other two are you, or if you want to do the conjunction, you're fired.
That has happened many times to me.
Me too. Me too. And I think that's why we have crossed paths here at the Know Nothing show.
But at this crossroad, if someone shows us with enough zeros on there, brother, we doing it, okay?
That's really all it.
Because we could do an underground Know Nothing.
Yeah, and then above ground. I mean, it doesn't have to be underground. We can do above
corporate
ground.
Know Nothing.
As long as they have AC and air down there, I think we're good.
So we'll wear suits and everything. And sit there and be like, hello, my name is Steven, and this is Erica. I mean, Erica.
Eric. It's Eric.
Yeah, it's Eric with a K.
3 of them.
And Steve with a C.
Yes, with a capital C.
Right.
Steve.
We just talk about very important information like the Kardashians. So we become like Perez Hilton.
Ugh.
We could do it. We could.
Props to him. No, he started from nothing, and he's now talking about everyone behind their back, and then he's talking to them in front of their back, and they don't seem to care.
And somehow, some way, he came up with an idea in L.A., and it stuck. He just kept calling, and he was relentless.
Yeah, No, that's true though. He was.
He was
didn't
on my
give up.
show a couple of times, one of my other shows, and this was before he really made it. And that was the only advice I gave him was, no, dude, stick with it. You've got a good niche, and some of them are trying to rip him off, but
Well, of
I
course.
give him credit for that, to stick it out and put his own money where his mouth is. So
How was he at interviewing? He does all the interviewing, but how was he at giving an interview?
bad. He was bad early on, and it was one of those It was one of those interviews where I had to dump. Just saying. I just kind of went, this is very, very painful. And I don't think I even posted it on my podcast stuff because I thought it was that bad. It was one of those where it was kind of, it's hard to interview some people when they're on the telephone.
Yeah.
They don't seem to they have other distractions going on. And no matter how many times you tell people, it's like, no, do not sit in front of the television. No, do not sit in front of your computer when you're on the telephone. Pay attention.
Yep. Well, and we were talking about this the other day too. Comedians are one of those people, that you have a hard time interviewing unless they're in front of people face to face. They tend to not understand what's going on. Not because they're dumb, just because that's how they work. That's their job.
If they're funny, when comedians are on, because I had a lot of comedians on. I had Heather. I'm going to name drop Heather McDonald on. She's been on a lot of shows. She was really, really funny because she got it because she was just naturally funny.
Mm-hmm.
But if there's a comedian, and there's a lot of comedians that just write funny stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I've had some comedians on, just like you, that go, well, I'm just a good writer. So I'm like, anytime you want to tell a joke, well, I only tell jokes when I'm, on stage. This is going really well. And you called in why? So.
Wow.
You just kind of let it fly. But yeah, we could do the corporate know nothing and then the underground know nothing.
Which both actually know completely, absolutely nothing.
Right, because we really are the triple play now.
Well, yeah, that's true. And we're going to,
originator.
how do I say this? Oh, yeah, take over the world. That's pretty much what's...
3 hours of you and I, and then you and I together, that's just...
Wasn't it Ren and Stimpy that were going to take over the world, or was that somebody else?
No, they took over the world.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, they did went ahead and took it over. That's probably why we're in this situation currently right now in this world.
Yeah, we thought the Three Stooges were going to take over the world. At least someone told me that.
Yeah.
Much for us starting a segment with subject matter.
Yeah, that...
Oh! I just lost my little foam head. Oh, let me put that back on. That's kind of weird.
For those of you listening to this on the radio, you have to watch the video for that. So go to our YouTube page.
That does not happen too often.
That was nothing. You didn't prompt it. You didn't coax it. It just said, "Yeah, I'm kind of done hanging out. I'm just gonna not do that anymore." And it didn't. It just dropped.
And I don't want to flip it. Sometimes they want you to flip the mic over, and that's just not right.
Yeah, no, it just.
I actually prefer to stand in the studio.
I do too.
But because I can't get the counter high enough, I need to put the microphone on another block because everyone else is shorter than I am, so they don't want the mic higher because then they just bitch.
Right.
I can't reach it. Where I prefer to stand.
Yeah.
Which means I'd have to change the angle of the camera too. So maybe I may go back to standing. Would you like that?
I mean, I'd like to see
with the ladies and the guys like that. It's just like, ooh, look how tall he is.
Yeah, that's
because I need to get the talking about studios and stuff. The one thing I want to change here that I don't like myself, and I may just get it. I don't care who it annoys, but I want to stack my monitors so they're just on one side.
Both of them?
Because I've got so many things going on two different. So I want to stack them so they're like one above the other. So I was looking at arms like that. So then I can then be off to one side. Like if you're watching the video, I'll be like, hey, off to one side. Because then the monitors don't block. And, you know what I mean?
Oh, my goodness. All right.
Have you been in a studio where they had like 4 monitors and stuff? 4 and 5 monitors? They just take up so much space that I'd like to see them stacked.
Yep.
So then on one monitor, there was your face. And I go,
well, see, I had 3 back at when I was working at the radio station that I last worked at. I had 3 monitors, plus I would bring in my laptop.
Sure, yeah.
And do all that stuff. So there was like, everywhere I looked, 360 degrees, there's screens everywhere, surrounded by a prison of screens.
Right, so I want to have a screen behind me of a screen in front of me. So you can see like both sides of me.
Right.
Steven 360.
Right. Because that's really what's going to bring in the ratings. Right. Is Steve 360.
Why not? Steve and Eric 360. You pick your view.
I guess. I mean, you know what though? That's becoming huge. The 360 situation, huge everywhere. Like I'm seeing. I just started seeing it about a month ago. I started looking into it, and then all of a sudden, it's blowing up. Like everybody's doing 360. Which, for those of you that don't understand what 360 is, that just simply means that when you're watching this video, you can click anywhere on the video and tell it where to look.
Yeah.
360 degrees. So if you want to see the window that we look out for some reason, I guess you can do that. I don't know why you would want to do that, but you have that ability.
Maybe people want to see like how nice my hair looks,
right,
from the back, as if I was like leaving.
It does actually look nice.
People have asked. I've done some Facebook Live videos.
Good for you, buddy. Good for you.
And people want to see the studio, the rest of the studio. I'm like, why? They're padded freaking walls. I mean, there's like nothing. Like,
so you're in an asylum,
right? The Red Love Lounge is here. What else is there to see?
Wow.
Then the door. It's like, is that what you want to see? Is the door?
Fair, the door is pretty cool.
I may have to take a picture of the studio door just so people can ooh and ah over it.
Yeah, it's a pretty legit door.
Too legit to quit. Too legit. I thought we were going to wrap there.
That's why we're not a music show.
We could be.
Not with that.
Why not? Why couldn't we? Well, not me, per se.
Yeah.
I am the glue of the show. I just keep the train rolling.
Yeah.
I'm like the conductor. Woo woo! Let's just get to the next break.
Oh my goodness.
No?
Well, I mean that's kind of the format of the show.
Does it make you want to do like the good and plenty thing? The good and plenty.
Just get us to the next break. Please just get us. That's pretty much our show format. What's your show's format? Just getting to the next break.
Get to the next break.
All that we care about. We just want to get to that next break.
Right, and we still got minutes to go.
Yeah, we still have like 35 minutes, and we've only been talking for 5.
That's what's funny. And then people go, what? They're at a break already? That's gone fast. Time just does not stand still with these two guys. They literally talk about nothing. Now, someone listened to my show. I should say my show, our show. My apologies for that. And they said, this is very like Seinfeld. I'm like, no. Seinfeld had talent.
Oh.
We do not.
Well, that's true, though. That's true.
Big difference.
That's true.
And we don't have that comedy like Seinfeld does.
Well,
maybe we do.
I don't know about all that. I mean, I think we're pretty funny.
Now, we will need to do a Know Nothing on the road.
Okay.
That would be kind of fun.
I'm okay with that. Can we get a bus?
Yeah, we get a little, some beverages, first of all.
Well, that would, we're not pulling out of the freaking driveway without beverages.
A good humor truck, which must be stolen and yet full.
Yep.
That has to be done.
Yep, because apparently we don't have any humor here at all, according to Steve.
Yeah. And then the question would be, how would we do the show? Would we do it in the round, which is very Shakespearean? So we'd sit and people would sit around us, or we'd want to sit on a stage. What do you think would be really good for that? Are we in the round, or are we just in front of people? Mosh pitting. So then I know you just want to jump into the crowd.
Absolutely. Whether there's one person or 50, I will make that happen.
Right. If it's one, it needs to be the right one.
The biggest person you can find, because I don't like the floor from 5 feet up.
He looked taller before I jumped.
I would say I think I want to try it in front of a live audience. Now, we may have to work up to that, and that's fine.
Because we're shy.
Well, especially without any clothes on, which is usually how we do our show. from the waist down.
Yeah.
So, which is another reason why we're not standing.
Yeah.
We'll have to figure that out. It's fine. We'll make that happen. And then I think from there we could probably make some things happen because that's going to give us the ability to work off the crowd, much like what I was saying earlier with comedians.
Yeah.
You know, they get their they work off the crowd, so that's how they do their job. Well, I think we're the same way. Now, I'm not opposed to sitting around a round or oblong table and talking to other guests and whatnot, but I think the live feel sitting in front of an audience would be good. Now, we are going to have a screen put up of some sort, maybe plastic or something, so we don't get things thrown at us. But other than that, I think, I'm in.
The chicken wire, just in case.
Just in case.
Just to be safe.
So,
that's good.
Yeah.
I like that. I do like that. Because, let's face it, we've talked about it before. This show is done before a live studio audience.
4 of them. 4 live studio audiences.
And none of them are paying attention, ever.
Ever. Obviously, you can't hear the laughs.
No, they can't because, they're on the other side of the door.
Yeah.
And the most that they do is they give me a countdown. So if you've ever watched the show, I do. People have asked me, Steve, why are you flashing gang signs to Eric? It's like, first of all, we're in a gang.
Duh. What are you, new?
Second of all, it's just a countdown. I'm just doing a countdown and stuff. Usually you're supposed to have a sign.
Just calm down. That is your sign.
Right.
You take it with you wherever you go.
Because I saw the sign and I thought I was fine. There's the sign. Ace of Base right there.
I was going to say that you started off really nice with Ace of Base.
And then I lost it.
And then you just plummeted.
Lost it. But I do like the idea of the know nothing in the round. I do like that.
I'm not opposed to that.
That would be. And then we kind of, as the show goes, as we're sitting there, we slowly turn like a clock. So then everybody gets the essence of Steve and Eric.
So basically, we just go to the Space Needle and people hover around the Space Needle and watch us.
I like that.
Yeah. Let's make that happen.
I do like that on that, but yeah. And you're in a band, so you're used to being in front of a crowd.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and go with that.
And I'm used to causing a riot. Used to that.
Yeah, 3 Days Grace is too.
Stopping traffic on Wilshire? No, that didn't happen. That was not me.
Nope.
That was not me. Innocent until proven guilty. In front of Simpsons peers.
Simpsons peers, yeah.
Just
absolutely.
Saying, O.J. Simpson, because if the headphones do not fit, you must quit.
Or acquit.
Yeah, quit.
Either way.
I got that wrong too.
Either way, yeah. You probably
Oh
shouldn't
my God. And that tells me right now we need to get to our next break. Already.
Thank God. I was wondering.
The countdown began. We needed to get out of here. Eric, Steve, Know Nothing. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Lord knows why I'm playing this, but I just feel like that Eric and I should be out fishing somewhere. It is the Know Nothing Show, or just Know Nothing. Steve Benz, Eric Black, we are back, and we're even better than the last time I said that we were better than ever.
So I, in my younger days, I dated this chick for a while. We broke up for a year or so, and then we dated again. And her phrase was, "I'm back in black."
Oh. Very AC/DC.
It was nice. It was good. We made that work.
Ah.
And I ditched her. It's the rock star thing to do.
Right. Which reminds me, 2 weeks ago I said we were going to do a prom show. So I think sometime next month we have to do a prom show.
I don't even know what that means, but
no, just themes. Themes of proms. So we'll ask everybody to send us their theme song or post it.
All right.
I think that would be fair. It doesn't matter if you win or not, but you did have a theme for your prom, didn't you? And you went to 18 of them.
Yep, it was to get laid.
I understand that. And if that was the song, laid me. No, I'm sorry.
It had nothing to do with a song.
All right. That's different.
We'll dance, though.
At least once.
At least.
That's right.
Real
Because,
nice.
I just put in $1 for that Trojan in the bathroom.
Well, it was the most awkward dance I've had with my mom to date. So there's that.
Because she led.
Yeah.
That's what was so weird.
which whatever. I guess that's
And she was headbanging to some metal, to some
Girl power.
Anthrax. Threw me off. Some Jimmy. She went on to Jimmy, and I was like, what?
yeah.
What?
Or it could have been the cocaine in the bathroom. I
Could
don't
have
know.
been. Could have been. So I was thinking about what subject matter we could talk about. And what is happening up, is it one of the channels, the cable channels that I get for free, that
okay.
somehow, some way, I was very confused by this, that they redid the movie series Roots.
Yeah.
And the backlash for that has been very loud.
History Channel, by the way.
Was it History Channel?
Yeah.
I thought maybe it was AMC or something. I don't really know. I love History Channel, and I'm confused by that. Now, we were almost all required to watch Roots and when Roots replayed or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm not really sure what the response is. And us being two white guys, I almost get the feeling that we're not allowed to have a response to Roots.
Well, if anybody knows me, you know that if I'm not allowed to do something, generally I'm probably going to do it. That's just going to happen.
Okay.
So
do you have any thoughts? Did you watch that as a kid? Was it 8 nights? Was it 8 nights? 10 nights? Something like that?
I think it was, yeah. I watched it a little bit, and I get it, I understand it, but I didn't care.
Yeah.
Not about, not about the whole purpose and plot of the story. I just didn't care about the show or movie series itself. Yeah. But I didn't think that there was that much to redo.
So I don't know if they're rebooting everything. Okay? They're rebooting Mary Poppins, for God's sakes.
Ugh.
Okay,
Well,
not that I remember Mary Poppins. I remember Dick Van Dyke in it.
Yes, he kind of made that.
And then I thought he sang Chitty Chitty Bang Bang in it. And I don't think that was the same movie.
Yeah, it was.
Was it?
Yeah.
It's funny that you would know that.
I would know that. Absolutely.
Because I love Dick Van Dyke. I thought he was fantabulous.
Yeah, he was fantastic.
Hilarious show. Dick Van Dyke show was hilarious.
Hilarious.
And then he was some doctor, wasn't he?
Yes. Yes, he was.
Wasn't he? Yeah. Wasn't he some... No, he wasn't a country doctor. I'm confusing him and Matlock.
That's a lawyer.
Right. So, but he was some doctor.
Yeah.
In some
something
show.
Like. Yeah.
Anyway,
So,
I don't even know.
thing.
So Roots, I don't know. There's been quite a few. I know Snoop Dogg, or originally Snoop Doggy Dogg, has come out protesting it and saying about the historical value or whatever. But I would think, like, if we did something about white people or Caucasians, what are they going to call us? Well, maybe they would call us crackers. Maybe
Honkies.
that would be the name of the movie.
Honkies.
That's what we are.
Or that name.
Just honkies.
So they spent the budget for this movie was $50 million.
Wow.
$50 million.
I would have liked to be a background character.
I would have liked to have been just the background of the background character. That would have been fine.
Now, if I remember some of the characters, he had Kunta Kinte.
Yep. Which is Malachi Kirby. I don't know if that means anything to you or not.
No, it does not. Because it was LeVar Burton.
Yeah, I think
Right?
it was, actually.
Yeah. Then he went on to Star Trek or whatever. Then Chicken George.
Mm-hmm.
Which was Ben Vereen?
Sure.
Does that sound right?
Sure, absolutely.
And that's all that I remember
Yeah.
from the
Well,
original
there is
series.
there's a very large cast, as you can
Could
imagine.
be.
Lots of names that I don't think I've ever seen at all, ever, for any reason. Well, maybe a couple. But I don't know, man. This is kind of whole new cast and
Yeah.
whole new lineup.
But they're rebooting everything. Just
Yeah,
literally everything.
I mean, is that where we are in Hollywood now? I mean, for the last 10 years or so, they're just like, I don't want to work today. What can we just regurgitate?
Yeah. Maybe they should reboot bands. since we were talking about bands.
They are. That's the thing. A lot of these.
No, but they do it like the Kiss way. Okay, you just bring in other people to be the band.
Have you noticed there's a lot of super groups forming right now?
Right.
I don't know. Whatever. It's like three different bands come together as one, and
it's very Asia from the 80s.
Asia.
And then what was another one? Bad English was another one.
Mm-hmm. Which is what most Americans have.
The super groups. So they could do that. So
Mm-hmm.
why not? You could put a super group together. And Damn Yankees, which I talked about, was like the forming of super groups and talents. Easier to sell tickets that way.
True. FYI, by the way, you were right. Along with the History Channel, Lifetime and A&E will also broadcast the remake of Roots miniseries.
All right, so there we go.
So there you go.
We could be hosts before it. Tonight's episode.
4-night, 8-hour event. 4 nights. 8 hours.
DVR that bitch, because it's going to be long.
Not going to happen.
And we could be opening. We could do the corporate know nothing before the shows. Like, we're sponsored by Pepsodent. If you have gas and want to be constipated. No, that's not what that does.
That's kind of the opposite. Yeah, that's a different...
It packs it in.
Okay.
In case you're running.
So, like, say you're working in a factory with fudge, and you were a packer of that, that would be the ultimate. Okay, all right.
We greenlit that one. Okay, right there, right on top.
Oh, geez, I can see the meeting on Monday now.
You know, when the crew listens to this show and the critics and all that, and they're like, "What were you? What did you say in that last segment?"
And we're gonna be like, I have no idea. You put a mic in front of me, and I don't know what happens.
That's essentially what happens when the show ends. I don't even know what we talked about.
No, we have to do the show twice, actually, because the first time we have no clue, and the second time...
Could you imagine if we actually had a really strict executive producer said, no, guys, cut, redo that segment?
He probably would learn how to swim with the fishes very quickly. I would assume. I mean, I'm just saying, as being me, he'd probably need to learn how to swim.
He would. If he'd be like, Mr. Black, could you reread the opening, please? Let's take 2 here.
And I would take this one, and I would take this one, and I would shove them up against his face.
Like, put them up. Are you doing that old cartoon? Put them up.
Yeah.
Right there. And you probably end up hitting yourself in the face.
Well, yeah, pretty much.
At least
once.
once.
Those toys, though? You remember those toys that you would fight with?
The Rockin' Sock'em Robots? That's one?
That's it right there. That's one of them, yeah. But they also, like, if you went to, like, sports games, like baseball games, they used to have the ones where you could, like, push the arms forward and they would go team or whatever. Yeah, those were fun.
I like that.
Oh, the good old days.
That would be a lot of fun.
Hours of fun.
Hours and hours and fun. And, we've already come to the end of the show again.
Well, I quit.
I think we need to do something about that. We need to somehow, some way, figure out how to figure out what we were just talking about.
We're going to have to rewind it because I don't have any clue.
I am just glad that there's Me TV out there, so then we could just... I have no idea what that has to do with this music and how we're ending this show. But I think that's just the way it should be.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, Eric, always a pleasure, my friend.
You too, buddy.
Know Nothing Show. Follow us day or night. Steve Benz, Eric Black. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next week.